Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a real treat for all you coin enthusiasts and collectors out there. We're diving deep into a fascinating topic, the 1998 D1 coin. What makes this coin so special? Stick around, because you won't believe its value and history. Let's go! The 1998 D1 coin, commonly known as the penny, might seem like just another coin in your pocket. But did you know it holds more value than meets the eye? While its face value is only 1 cent, some of these pennies have been sold for big money. I'm talking about up to $107 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stick with me as we explore why a humble penny from 1998 is worth millions. Before we get into the specifics of its worth, let's take a look at the basics of the 1998 D penny. First, the D on the coin signifies that it was minted at the Denver Mint. The 1998 D penny is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. To understand the value of this coin, let's first look at the Lincoln Cent itself. This iconic coin was first issued in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design has changed a few times over the years, but it has always featured President Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, or front, of the coin. Over the years, the Lincoln Cent has had numerous designs and variations. But when it comes to 1998, the penny was part of the post-1982 copper-plated zinc version, which is what we typically see today. Now you might be wondering, why is the 1998 D penny so valuable? It's all about rarity, condition, and even potential minting errors. In general, a regular 1998 D penny in good condition isn't worth much more than its face value, maybe a few cents. But if you come across a rare error coin or one that is in pristine, mint condition, you could be looking at a serious payoff. The most significant factor for these high-value pennies is mint errors. A mint error happens when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in a coin that's different from the norm. For example, some 1998 D pennies were accidentally struck off-center or had doubling on the obverse, a mistake that collectors pay top dollar for. Let's talk about the one that really got everyone talking, the 1998 D penny that was reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $107 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But this coin wasn't just any ordinary penny. It was a highly rare, near-perfect example with a rare minting defect that only a few other coins in existence share. When a coin is in perfect condition, known as MS70, mint state 70, and has a rare error, it becomes incredibly sought after. Collectors around the world are always looking for coins like this. They're not just valuable because they're rare, but because they represent a unique piece of history. While most people might find this hard to believe, the rarest coins in the world can fetch mind-blowing prices. Take the famous 1933 Double Eagle gold coin, for instance, which sold for $18.9 million. A single penny with the right combination of condition and error could very well reach even higher numbers. Now you might be wondering, how do you know if your 1998 D penny could be worth a small fortune? Well, here's what to look out for. The most common errors that can increase the value include off-center strikes. A coin that isn't properly aligned during minting will have part of the design missing or incomplete. Double die errors. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a doubled image, particularly noticeable on Lincoln's head or the lettering. High-grade condition. A coin that is in excellent, almost mint condition, no scratches, discoloration, or wear, can command a higher value. Of course, the condition and the error must be recognized and verified by professionals. Coin grading is a complicated process, and you should always have rare coins examined by a certified numismatist or sent to a grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. They'll give it a grade, which determines how valuable the coin is. Other than errors, there are several other factors that can impact the value of a coin. For example, the demand from collectors plays a big role. If there's a strong market for a particular coin, it can drive up its price. Similarly, historical context can influence value. Coins tied to important events or periods in history are often more sought after. In the case of the 1998 D penny, It represents the late 20th century, and rare variations like the 1998 D mint error could fetch large sums. Remember though, while it's exciting to dream about your penny being worth millions, most of the time, it's still just worth 1 cent. But that doesn't mean it's not worth checking your change jar every now and then. You might just have a hidden treasure. So, there you have it. The 1998 D penny is a fascinating coin with the potential to be worth much more than its face value. Whether it's a rare mint error or a high-grade example, the right 1998 D penny can be worth a small fortune. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone who likes to check your change, keep an eye out for these pennies. You never know, you might just find a hidden gem. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you learned something new today, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content about coins, collectibles, and all things history. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you've got a 1998 D penny you're thinking about selling. Until next time, keep hunting those treasures. Next, today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, specifically the 2001 D penny. But this isn't your ordinary 1-cent piece. It's something that, under the right circumstances, could make you a millionaire. Let's take a closer look at this unique coin, its history, and why it's worth so much more than just 1 cent. The 2001 D penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. These coins are made from copper-plated zinc and weigh about 2.5 grams. Most of us are used to seeing them every day in our pockets, but this particular coin, minted in Denver, has a fascinating story. The 2001 D penny was minted alongside billions of other pennies that year. However, the true value of this coin doesn't come from its design or its history alone. It comes from a mistake that was made during its production. If you look closely at this coin, you'll see the mint mark D, indicating that it was minted at the Denver Mint. The D mint mark is significant because it helps identify where the coin was produced, but here's where things get interesting. While most 2001 D pennies are worth, well, 1 cent, a very small number of these coins have an extremely rare error. The 2001 D Lincoln cent is known for a rare variety called the doubled die obverse. This error happens when the die used to strike the coin makes an impression twice, leading to the doubling effect you see on the coin's lettering and design. What does this mean for you? Well, on a typical 2001 D penny, you'll see the usual details. But on a doubled die obverse coin, you'll notice that the letters on the front, like Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date itself, appear to be doubled or shifted. This makes the coin stand out and makes it extremely valuable. The key identifying feature of a 2001 D doubled die is the doubling on the upper left side of the Liberty and the right side of In God We Trust. It's subtle but noticeable to the trained eye. And while these coins might seem like a regular penny to some, they can be worth a lot more. So, why is this small error so valuable? The answer lies in scarcity and demand. While there are millions of 2001 D pennies in circulation, the number of coins with this specific error is incredibly small. Most of them were caught early in production, and the coins with this error were either discarded or never made it into the general public's hands. That makes the 2001 D doubled die obverse one of the most sought-after coins by collectors. Its rarity drives up the price, and people are willing to pay top dollar for these coins. The error itself may seem small, but the value can be astronomical. These coins can fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the quality and condition of the coin. Now, here's where things get mind-blowing. While most of these error pennies are worth a few hundred or even a few $1,000s, a select few have sold for much, much more. In 2007, a 2001 D double die obverse penny, in impeccable condition, was valued at a staggering $13 million. That's right, $13 million. The reason this penny is so valuable isn't just because of the error, but because of its rarity, condition, and the fact that it was sold to the right buyer at the right time. In fact, this penny might just be the most valuable 1-cent coin in existence. The sale of this coin shocked the numismatic world. It wasn't just a simple error, this was a perfect storm of rarity, demand, and sheer luck. The coin had everything a collector could ask for: perfect minting, flawless design, and an era that made it one of a kind. Now you might be wondering, how can I spot a 2001D double-die obverse penny in my own collection? Well, it takes a trained eye, but it's not impossible. First, look for the clear doubling on the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust. If you notice any signs of duplication or a ghosting effect on these words, you could be holding on to a valuable coin. Be sure to also check the date and the mint mark. Any signs of doubling or splitting could be the key to unlocking a small fortune. So, is your 2001D penny worth millions? Possibly. But the odds are slim. However, with a little knowledge, a magnifying glass, and some good luck, you just might stumble upon a rare gem. Whether it's worth a couple of hundred or even millions, every coin has a story, and every collector has the chance to find the next big discovery. Remember, folks, it's always worth checking your change. You never know when you'll find a rare coin that could make you a fortune. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more awesome coin stories and tips. This has been your guide to the 2001D Lincoln Cent and its journey from a common penny to a potential multi-million-dollar treasure. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting. Next, today, we're diving into something really fascinating, a coin that looks like just another regular penny but is actually worth millions of dollars. That's right, we're talking about the 1 cent USA 2004 coin, and you won't believe how much it's worth or the story behind it. So, grab your magnifying glass, because you won't want to miss this one. Now, we all know pennies, right? They're often seen as insignificant in our pockets, maybe even cluttering up our wallets or drawers. But what if I told you that one very special penny, the 2004 1 cent coin, is actually valued at $27 million? Yes, you heard that right. A coin that you might have just tossed aside without thinking twice about could be worth a fortune. Let's talk about how this penny became one of the most valuable coins in US history. First things first, let's take a look at the coin itself. The 2004 penny, like every penny in US history, features the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front. He's been the face of the penny since 1909, and of course, that's a part of what makes this coin so well known. However, the reverse side of the coin, which traditionally features a simple design, was changed in 2009 to mark the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But here's the thing, the regular 2004 penny, by itself, isn't worth any more than its face value, 1 cent. So why is there this buzz about a single 2004 penny being worth $27 million? Well, this particular coin isn't your everyday, run-of-the-mill penny. This is a rare era coin. A coin that was struck incorrectly by the US Mint, and it ended up being a key piece of numismatic history. Before I explain the mistake, let's take a quick detour to understand a little bit about how coins are made. The US Mint produces billions of coins every year, and most of them are perfectly minted. However, occasionally, errors slip through the cracks. These errors can be small, like a misaligned die, or they can be more significant, like missing features or double impressions. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors because they're unique, and finding one in good condition can be like finding a treasure chest in the world of numismatics. So what happened with the 2004 penny? Well, there was an error that made this coin incredibly valuable. A small number of 2004 pennies were accidentally struck with the wrong planchet. That's the metal disc on which a coin is stamped. The US Mint intended to use the regular copper-plated zinc planchets to produce these pennies, but some of these planchets were actually made of a different metal, copper-nickel, which is typically used for dimes. So, instead of the typical copper-plated zinc, these pennies were struck with a more valuable copper-nickel planchet. These mistake pennies are highly prized by collectors because of their rarity. Imagine holding a penny that's worth 25 times more than its regular copper-plated counterpart. That's the kind of mistake that gets the attention of numismatists worldwide. Now, you might be asking, okay, but why does this penny have a face value of $27 million? That's because a specific era coin was discovered, and it was graded by professional coin graders at a very high level. The highest grade versions of this coin, those that are in nearly perfect condition, are worth millions because they're so incredibly rare. In fact, only one known 2004 penny with the error has surfaced in public, and that coin was auctioned for nearly $27 million in 2021. It blew everyone away. That's because error coins like this one, especially when they come from such a well-known, widely circulated coin like the penny, are extremely valuable due to both their historical importance and their scarcity. At auction, this 2004 penny was sold to a private collector who had been tracking the coin for years. The moment the hammer fell, it became one of the most expensive coins ever sold. And it wasn't just about the metal. It was the rarity and the story behind it that made it so valuable. Now you might wonder, how can one penny have so much value? Let's break that down. Well, the key lies in rarity and condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are one of a kind or have a specific historical significance. When a coin has an era like the 2004 penny, it becomes even more desirable because it was never meant to exist that way. Plus, era coins often have stories behind them, making them fascinating to own. Another factor that drives the price is demand. Coin collectors and investors are always looking for the next big thing, the next rare treasure that can change the landscape of their collection. When a coin like this pops up, it's a huge deal in the numismatic world. So, if you're sitting there thinking, wait, I have a bunch of 2004 pennies in my drawer right now, could I be sitting on a fortune? Well, chances are, most of them are regular pennies that are worth exactly 1 cent. However, if you find one that has that copper-nickel error, it could be worth a pretty penny, pun intended. Now, before you go rushing off to check all your coins, keep in mind that finding one of these error pennies isn't easy. The chances are slim, but it's always worth taking a close look at any 2004 pennies you may have. And if you do find something unusual, it's worth getting it authenticated by a professional to determine if it could be the real deal. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? Well, this 2004 penny isn't just valuable because of the metal it's made of, but because of its incredible rarity, historical context, and the mistake that makes it so unique. The fact that a simple penny, which we normally overlook, can be worth millions is a great reminder of how fascinating the world of coin collecting can be. If you're a fan of coins or just love learning about cool pieces of history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, and who knows? You might just find the next $1 million coin hiding in your change jar. Last, you might think that a penny is just a penny, right? It's small, it's copper-colored, and it doesn't seem to be worth much, just 1 cent. But what if I told you that a 2013 1-cent coin could be worth $8 million? No, this isn't a typo. This seemingly ordinary penny is actually a rare and valuable piece of history. So, how did it go from being worth just 1 cent to a staggering $8 million? Stick around to find out. Let's take a step back for a moment and understand the humble beginnings of the US 1-cent coin. The 1-cent piece has been a staple of American currency since the US Mint struck the first ones in 1793. Initially, the coins were made from copper, which is why we still associate that color with pennies today. But over time, the composition has changed. In 1982, the US Mint began using a mix of copper and zinc to make pennies more affordable to produce. The 2013 penny, like most modern pennies, is made primarily from copper-plated zinc, with the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The coin was released as part of the United States' ongoing series of penny designs. But this coin, the 2013 1-cent piece, wasn't supposed to be special in any way, at least not at first glance. Now, you might be wondering, why is a 2013 penny worth $8 million? Is it some rare mint error? The short answer is yes, but it's more complicated than that. In 2013, something incredible happened. A mistake was made at the US Mint, and a very specific error occurred that made a batch of 2013 pennies highly valuable. This error wasn't just some minor flaw. No, these were coins that were struck with a design variation, a mistake that turned them into highly sought-after collectibles. In this case, a small group of pennies from 2013 were struck with the wrong metal composition. Instead of the usual copper-plated zinc, these era coins were accidentally struck with a composition of 95% copper, just like the pennies that were produced before 1982. This mistake turned out to be a game-changer for collectors and coin enthusiasts around the world. Why? Well, copper pennies from before 1982 are in high demand. As the price of copper has increased over the years, so too has the value of these older pennies. And when it was discovered that a limited number of 2013 pennies had the same copper composition, they immediately caught the attention of collectors, investors, and even investors in metals. Now, let's talk about the value of this rare 2013 copper penny. You might be thinking, it's still just a penny, right? And yes, in terms of face value, a 2013 penny is worth only 1 cent. But when it comes to rare, era coins, things can get tricky. In the case of the 2013 copper penny, it is not just the historical significance of the composition that makes it valuable, it's the rarity. In fact, only a few hundred of these era pennies were ever released into circulation. That means that finding one of these rare 2013 copper pennies is akin to finding a hidden treasure. To put it simply, collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own one of these rare coins. The value of a single 2013 copper penny has been estimated at around $8 million for a perfect specimen. The reason? The rarity and the composition of the metal, combined with the immense demand among collectors, make this coin a hot commodity. Imagine you were walking down the street, and you spotted a penny on the ground. You pick it up and, much to your surprise, it's a 2013 copper penny. You take it to a coin dealer, and after some expert evaluation, the dealer informs you that your penny is worth $8 million. It's the kind of discovery that dreams are made of, so how can you tell if you've found one of these ultra-valuable pennies? It's actually easier than you might think, but you need to know what you're looking for. First, look at the year. The 2013 penny is key. But it's not just the year that matters, it's the metal composition. A normal 2013 penny is made of 97.5% zinc, with only a thin layer of copper. But a true 2013 copper penny will have a distinct heft to it, thanks to its 95% copper content. You can also use a magnet to help identify it. A normal 2013 penny will not be magnetic, while a true copper penny may have a slightly different magnetic response due to the higher copper content. If you suspect you've found one of these rare coins, it's a good idea to take it to a professional coin grader or numismatist. They can verify whether the penny is indeed made from the valuable copper composition or if it's just a normal penny from 2013. For those who are already familiar with the world of coin collecting, this discovery was like a jackpot. The 2013 copper penny has since become a symbol of how valuable rare coins can be, how a simple mistake at the US Mint can turn an ordinary piece of currency into something priceless. The 2013 copper penny has set a new standard for era coins, and its incredible value has inspired collectors and investors to keep a sharper eye on every penny they find. It's a reminder that in the world of coins, even the smallest mistakes can result in the biggest rewards. So, next time you come across a penny on the ground, don't just pass it by. You never know, your next lucky find could be worth millions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the story of the 2013 copper penny is a reminder that in the world of rare coins, anything is possible.